Welcome to Servlet Tutorials. So in this tutorial we can see how to process the forum data using the dopost methods. So in the previous tutorial we have created an index.jsp application with input type text and input type password forum controls. So in this tutorial I am using the same controls, but only the alteration is in the forum tag. So the forum tag is basically uses action here. That action will take you to the myservlet application. This myservlet application takes the parameters, parameter values using the names of the controls, and with taking those parameter values, and it can handle the data for me. And here, to execute the post method, so we need to call the method here. We need to specify the method here because it is not a default method. It has to be called explicitly from the user. Method equals to, I'm going to use the post method. So this will be the method that I'm going to use. So once the method has been given as a post method, then the post method is going to execute it by the servlet over here. So that the post method means HTTP post method will invoke the servlet dopost method over here, which was given here, and process the request and response object. In turn, again this dopost method is going to call its process request method. So here we can see how this dopost method processes the data and run this application. I will made a little bit modification. I need to run this application right now. Alright, the application has been executed. So I am passing data over here. I press enter. So I will be getting the data, but my data is hidden from the address box of the browser here. So this is what actually the post method. This is one of the safety. This is one of the safer than the get method. Get method will display the data that was passed from the controls of the HTML or JSP applications, and here the post method is not going to show any data over here. So this is very accurate and very useful than the get method. So this is how the get post method is uses the data, and here we are executed with the post method in this application. That means we have specified in index.jsp the forum action is supposed to be myservlet and method is supposed to be post. So in this tutorial we have seen how the post method will execute. What is the difference between doget and dopost methods? So basically the difference between doget and dopost method is those that doget method will executed by default when the request has been made to the servlet. The doget method will be executed, and basically doget method is has a limitations in the data that it can handle. It can handle only the string which has 1024 length, and the dopost method can use handle huge amount of data, even up to the 20 MB data here. So this is what actually the difference between the doget and dopost methods. So doget method will encode the data with the URL of the servlet, and it will shows the data in the address bar of the servlet. And the dopost method will not show any data. It can handle in a different way, and which is a very secured one to work with the secured projects or secured servlets or secured JSP applications. The dopost method is the most convenient one. So this is what actually the difference between doget and dopost method. So each method is going to call the process request since we are getting the output directly. So once you will be having I can clear you that using one more statement here. So that is called print. Again I am going for the print writer object because that print writer object was defined within doget process request, which is not available here because that is private to that method. So here print writer pw, I'm taking pw is equal to, it is supposed to be response dot get writer. So this will be the response dot get writer, and here pw before calling this process request, I'm going for pw dot write. I'm using write dopost it is doget. Doget has been called. I'm passing this one, and here in this one I was print writer method. Print writer bw is equal to response dot get writer. So here I'm passing pw dot write dopost has been called. So after printing this statement, the process request will be handled. So we can see how it will happen. So we can see this one. So run this application. Alright, we got this one. So I will go for this name and I will go for the password. So call my servlet. So dopost method has been called here. We call the dopost method. Hello, your password is somewhere. So here what happens, I'm specifying that in index.jsp file the method should be the post. So means here I'm given the details that the servlet should invoke the dopost method. So by passing this method statement here, and that dopost method will be executed with this statement dopost method will be called. So if I am remove this method equals to post, save this and run this application, and I'm going to pass the data, execute. So doget method has been called. This is the default method that will be called. So here the form data will be something like this. So you got username and the password both. So this is what actually the default. So even you can also specify the method here, something like get also. You can specify the method also, no problem. Even if you are not specifying the get method, still you get it. You get the execution of doget method here. And so the same thing, of course, we have got the same result. So don't need to give the method if you are using the get method. So if you want, you can give, no problem. But if you want to use the post method, you have to specify this method as post explicitly here. So that is what actually the difference between doget and dopost methods in JSP Servlet applications. Thanks for watching this tutorial. In the next tutorial, we can discuss more concepts on servlets.